theater, we like to try and find the universality by being specific. So poetry is not just words. We look for the voice, the motivation, who is it speaking, when, where, and why. I mean, to be or not to be, yeah, it's kind of nice words, but unless you understand who the guy is and why he's saying it, it may not become clear to you. So I found this poem actually in a crosscut, the Contemporary English Quebec Poetry from 1982, published by Vehicle Press. Let's hear it for Vehicle Press. Yay, Simon. And when I read it, for some reason, I think Irving needs strong choices. So I don't know, it just came out as Texan. George W. Bush. So this is a poem called Runcible, and it was written for Linda Sobel Halbert. My cat, Runcible, I call her grayness because she's all gray outside and inside as well, I guess. A long, thin streak of misery with a brush cut from tail to nose. No kidding, I never saw a cat so discontented in all my life, so displeased with everything. Shrilling her meows of disapproval from the minute I open the door, and she hulks and sulks and slouches grayly, wanly to the bowl filled with cat food. I tell my wife never to buy it, so expensive, and anyhow doesn't bring a single thankful purr from her grayness, turning up her whiskers and meowing disdainfully, but just the same keeping her nose in the bowl and chewing away. You may ask, why do I keep her when my wife is all for drowning her or driving that unneutered nastiness into the streets? She's so irritated by the cat's constant fussiness, like that of a valetudinarian, nothing will put into a good humor, not even the thrilling news that a cure has at last been found for cancer. Why do I hang on to her? I guess it's because I like anything that's pure, unmixed, extreme, and her feline sourness is so complete, an old curmudgeon would die of envy, seeing how she exhibits it over choice ground meat or a saucer full of fresh cream that I place in front of her twitchy nose to see how far she'll take her disapproval of a world she never asked to be lettered in. Her dislike of it, so absolute, there's an unmistakable hint of greatness in it. Also, she does remind me of my dead mother. And of certain other people whose names are in my diaries 1943 to 1976. And anyway, my two favorite ancients, honored above all others, Homer himself, have always been Archaeolochus and Thersites, two Greeks who bitched themselves into immortality. So for the next one, I have to channel my inner Irving. Please forgive this. The inescapable lousiness of growing old. Christianity is just Judaism without the blowjob. With a nose job. The most important theological question of the day is Jesus Christ's erection. I mean, if he was a perfect man, then he must have had a perfect erection. Okay, let's see if I'm there. All right, so this is a shorter one. Butterfly on Rock comes from the same book of poems that Jason read from. Balls for a One-Eyed Armed Juggler, 1963. Butterfly on rock. The large yellow wings, black fringed, were motionless. They say the soul of a dead person will settle like that on the still face. But I thought, the rock has borne this. This butterfly is the rock's grace, its most obstinate and secret desire to be a thing alive made manifest. Forgot where the two shattered porcupines I had seen die in the bleak forest. Pain is unreal, death an illusion. There's no death in all the land, I heard my voice cry, and brought my hand down on the butterfly and felt the rock move beneath my hand.